Greetings, YouTube. I rushed to my computer to put on my hat and my glasses. I'm completely sober. I probably look drunk. I think I finally did it. I stayed up till Sunday morning, technically late Saturday night / Sunday morning, to win my second batch of Battleground fights, and your boy got wrecked several times. This was a pretty fun fight, Warlock versus Longshot. But I made him fight 5-star thing. I think a 5-star. 5-star ain't nothing. Well, he had Dollar General Batman, which would have gone even worse if it was me. His fight skills are pretty good. But I won round 1 because my 6-star Mole God did what 6-star Mole God does on defense. He humbles people. And then he humbled me. I put Ebony Coleslaw down, who's normally a great defender. Used Wasp, destroyed him so fast. I had no chance in round 2. But I must say, so you can see round 1, I'll hide my screen real quick. Round 1, I had fun. I used Falcon, who's a really fun attacker, I found at least, for me in Battlegrounds, and he fought Mole God with Cosmic Ghost Rider, which was not fun for him at all, but then he switched the tides in round 2. I still beat Immortal Abomination, but Ultron, with Masochism, Ultron's not very good. Because you're constantly triggering the regen. And I have learned the hard way, really in the past weekend, that there's a huge difference between people like me who run full suicides and people who don't. It reminds me of when people would run full suicides in Alliance War. And, you want to bait special ones, especially if you're fighting somebody with suicides, because the recoil damage is going to add up fast. But if they don't have suicides, and I fought several people that I felt like I had no chance against, because not only do they have an equal roster to me, and probably better strategy, but they had full willpower with no suicides. So it was taking forever, even with my best attackers, or who I thought were my best attackers, to get down his defenders. And so I would win the fight with like 10 seconds left. And I think one of my big complaints about Battlegrounds is that the timer needs to be like at least half a minute, but ideally a full minute longer, because special 3s especially take up so much time. I'm just not a fan of the timer. I think it's too quick. And if you're fighting 6 stars with 5 stars, it's very difficult, even when you're playing perfect with Masochism, to not run out of time. But so you can see he beat me round 2, humbled 21 seconds with his 6-star Unawakened Wasp against my 6-star Awakened Ebony Coleslaw. And I was like, wow, I'll never want to do that again. And then round 3 was what you just saw. I didn't think I was going to win, but I got lucky. Now, to be clear, as I've said, I've learned a lot in my Battlegrounds experience. Shout out to my man KT1. Right now, are you number 2 right now? He was number 3 when I started, but then I guess shout out to Happy McMuffins, who's 1 point ahead. You're at 1912, 1913. You're almost to the 21st century. I'm at 1580. Feeling pretty proud about that in 17 matches. Can I click on his stats? Maybe I can. Man, your profile has got to look so sick. Woo! Although Silver Server and Vegan Thor for Prestige. Hard pass. Hard pass. Okay, so. Check this out. I went on a couple. I lost 3 out of 5 matches. No, 4 out of 6 matches. I want to shout out some of these legends. Britau, Miguel Games, Shield Agents, and Daniel92. Daniel92 had such great strategy that I was just humbled. I sent out my Killmonger, who, by the way, I found out that I'm really bad fighting Killmonger still. I'm still bad about fighting Killmonger. I'm still bad about fighting Iron Man Infinity War. No matter what, I just hate fighting those champions. I sent out my Killmonger against him. He had Archangel. Melted him. And I'm like, that's genius. I learned a lot from you, Daniel92. And then Shield Agents, got 2 out of 3. Miguel Games, that was tough because I was in a position to win. And then I made a mistake. It was on me. And that cost me about 6 seconds. And I lost by like 2 seconds. So I won 3 in a row and then lost 2 in a row. And then won 2 in a row and then lost 2 in a row. And then won, and here we are. So maybe, because I started out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 0, right? And then I lost 1. And then I won 3 more. So I won the first 8 out of 9 Battlegrounds. And I thought, this is not expected. And then I started to get humbled. You start to climb that ladder and you realize, oh man, this person has 130 matches, and I've got 9. And I don't do Alliance War. What I love about this, though, is that it does let you utilize people that are just sitting on your bench doing nothing. Like Iron Man Infinity War for me. Like, when I look at my deck right now, there are champions that I'm excited to put out there that I normally don't even think about. Such as Thing, right? Such as Ebony Coleslaw and Iron Man Infinity War and Killmonger and like the Overseer and stuff like that. And it's interesting. Like, round 3, I almost feel like, for competitive nature, I wish everything was 1-1. I wish you had to go to a round 3, because sometimes you're not left with the best options. Like, my opponent killed me one round, but then his final round, he only had like one that I would consider to be a decent attacker, and he had to go up against my Mole Man. And so it sort of reminds me, I ran track for a year in 8th grade, and my goodness, that was like watching Big Bird have a seizure on the track. It was bad. But what I learned is that a lot of good track teams, of which I was not one of them, save your best runner for last, the anchor. And so if you are confident enough to win one of the first 2 matches, you can kind of secure a good chance to win the overall battle if you save your best fighter for last. At least that's how I see it. But really, the best part of Battlegrounds is, and why I'm recording this, and always claim your 4-hour crystals, kids. First off, I've utilized all but one small energy refill. These things are fantastic for Battlegrounds. You just need 3 of them to do a match. And it is addicting to burn those things. But besides that, I am now officially in a position where, because I won 2 different rounds of matches, right? Look at this. Boom. I'm now on the 3rd high grounds. If I win 4 more, I've got 1,500. But regardless, and really why I'm making this video, the best part of this, and I know some of you said it's bugged, but for me it hasn't been, it's all about these. I'm able to get another one of these. And I've already bought 2. And so my goal is to use these to max sig my Falcon, who's been actually a pretty clutch Battlegrounds MVP. And so you can see he's almost max sig. He is sig 190. And Kabam is not giving out 6-star generics for anything. They're still charging even the top players for unit deals, same as Cavalier and Thronebreaker, really. About $100 worth of units for 10 to 20 of those. So I know Battlegrounds is kind of a crapshoot with your skills and your roster and everything else. But it's the best thing to happen to free-to-play players in years, because 6-star 6-stones are so rare. And even if you lose every match, right? Let's say you lose every match. Let's just assume you were just face blocking like Katie Candy would say. Well, if you lose, you still win. At least right now. Because you can get 100 of the currency just for participating. So that is my rant. And I'm proud of myself for winning more than half my battles, but I've also learned a lot, and I've been humbled. And it's kind of fun. It's kind of fun to be humbled. I know it sounds weird, but I enjoy it. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.